Good morning. You clicked here. Thanks for that. I'm happy to see you. All right. So, welcome to Periwinkle Palace Arts, my little place on the internet. I'm Princess Bun Bun with all my bun buns. And we do art here. So, first things first, let's say hi to our bun buns. Say good morning to my Maya. Maya is my fibromyalgia bunny. She comes from a place called plushydreadfuls.com, and I absolutely adore her. She's the first bun bun I got from there, and so she's my best girl. Yeah. I love her eyes. They just have that Coraline button eye kind of thing going for them, and it's so cute. We also have this bunny. This is my bipolar bunny with bipolar disorder, and his name is Polly. Get it? Polar, Polly, yeah. He's such a sweetheart, but he's often like just not sure of where he is emotionally. I can be like that sometimes. Are you taking the bunny seat spot, the cup holder, or yeah, you want the cup holder? Some of the bunnies like to sit in the cup holder and others don't. We also have my little friend Lee BB here. She's my chronic pain bunny. She is not wearing her spiky bracelets today because they came off in the bed last night. Again, I think she likes to drop them like little spiky bombs. Anyway, I have an idea for them to modify them a little bit so that they fit a little better. I'm going to make them a little tighter, and I don't know how I'm going to do it exactly yet. I have two ideas. One is to use a rivet maker, and another one is I might just make snaps for it, but it just needs to tighten a little bit. Okie dokie. Let's see. I am currently listening to a specific playlist this morning because I am organizing it and curating it. It's called Shunned But Saved. It's kind of a playlist about like religious trauma. If you don't know what that is, let me know. I'll explain it. Anyway, I've been working on this playlist for a while. It's one of the things that I like to do is curate playlists. It's kind of like the old making a mixtape thing, but for the digital age, I guess. So, if you want to hear what song I'm currently listening to, especially if you're curious when I start bebopping or muttering lyrics or humming or singing. Not greatly. I can't avoid it, so I might as well just tell you I'm going to do it. If you want to see what I'm listening to, it's right here in the corner. There's a screen share of my Spotify mini player. I'd play the music in the background for you so you could bebop along with me, but you know, YouTube doesn't let me do that very easily, so I'm still working on a solution for that. All right, so okay, what have I done in videos so far? I've colored spirals like this. I've done marker art. I think, and I've done nail stuff, right? Today we're going to do something completely different. I'm bored. When I get bored, I switch activities. So today we're going to work on a little project that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I kept losing the pieces that I needed, and I had to buy a few things. Right now I'm working on this spiral that I started yesterday, just to kind of finish waking up, I guess, and focus my mind a little bit. I haven't done a project like what we're going to do today in a little while. Okay, a long while. So we'll be testing some types of glue to see which one works better. I have a nickname around here of the adhesive queen. If it's an adhesive, I probably have it. If it needs to be glued or stuck, I probably have it. And if it needs to be de-adhesified, is that a word? De-adhesified. If it needs to be pulled apart, I probably have something that'll handle that too. I have put myself on a moratorium for the next week, maybe two, from watching the news, except for certain shows that I watch every day. Because I emotionally can't handle anymore at the moment. So one of the things that I like to make is like hair bows and hair accessories. And I actually used to have, well, it still exists, but it's not active. I used to have an Etsy shop where I made and sold custom and extremely unique hair bows. I sold other stuff there too, but the shop was about hair bows. And there's a story behind that, how I got into it, and why I sort of stopped. It's a rather long story. I'm really not sure how much to share of my life during these live sessions, so it's something that I'm like pondering. You know, I'm not really scared of privacy issues. I don't want to violate any rules, and I don't want to bore people. I worked on this after I went offline yesterday for a good long while. Currently, I'm doing these in one method that will probably change the next time I do one. Because I've been outlining them with my black Copic fine liners, and then coming back in with the marker, the colored marker. I've been using these Sharpie Ultra Fine Point. I love Sharpies. Yeah, I talked about that yesterday, didn't I? Alright, we're going to end that here for right now. We will come back to this later. Okay, what we're doing today is I bought like 8 of them a couple years back. They're so adorable. I love them so much, and I love to wear them in my hair. But I only have them in this color, and I love rainbows, y'all. I love colors, so I want more. Therefore, I have collected all these different size pom-poms. We've got ribbon for the barrettes. We've got barrettes. We've got Aleene's Fast Grab Tacky Glue and Beacon Fabri-Tac Permanent Adhesive, both of which I like. I'm just not sure which one is going to work the best. And I also have my hot glue gun, which is down there. We're going to try all of them unless we find one that works really good, then we'll stick with that. So, the first thing that I need to do is figure out how to make these ears. So, I think they're just like basic ovals. So, let's try that. Let's go ahead and pick yellow. And white. This is just some felt scraps that I have. And I'm gonna put this like this. once I have one of these cut out, I should be fine. But I do need to mark it, I think. I'm gonna cut one out and use it as a template. I have my Cheshire cat pen from Plushy Dreadfuls. So cute. I'm just putting a little dot and flattening the other side against the felt so it gets a pretty accurate little outline. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now I'm going to outline this. Okay, that should work pretty good. I love these scissors. One of my favorite pairs of scissors. Alright, so that's basically how it will look on the side of the ear. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, a little bit bigger. That would probably be a good size for the inner part of the ear. We'll see in a second. I haven't tried this yet. I haven't started on it. This is like literally the first steps, because remember, I don't do classes, I don't do tutorials. This is just me doing my art and sharing it with you guys, and hopefully having a conversation with you guys on live. It looks pretty good. I don't have any instructions for this, so I'm basically just looking at it and figuring it out as I go. Make that middle one actually a little bit smaller. Okay, I like that. Although it looks a little rounder on one side than the other, but we'll work with it. Let's see, this side looks a little bit more flat than this side. Yeah. I'm not great at cutting perfect shapes, so understand that. We're gonna get as close as we can. Today is Yellow Day, Wednesday, I think. Yes. So I'm gonna make some yellow bunny ears, yellow bunny hair first. Yellow hair bunnies. Hmm. Do you have your coffee? I have my coffee. If you don't have your coffee, please pause me and go get your coffee. Okay, I'm gonna make two of each kind of bunny. So I need 4 ears. There's probably an easier way to cut this, and I'll probably figure it out as I go along, but anyway. This is my template for the large pieces, so I set it to the side. I'm gonna use this one for the white pieces.
This is a reminder. Take it off your gun again. This is a reminder. Take it off your gun again.
You need to make that a little bit smaller. That's pretty good. Even if I move it up a little bit. This white felt feels a lot thicker than the other pieces. It might be a different kind. I don't know. Never said I was good at this. I'm certainly not good at cutting even lines. Did I get that even close to the right size? Oh, I did. How about that? Okay, a little more. We're kind of gonna go like that. Okay, we're gonna try the Olene's Fast Grab Tacky Glue first. I need a toothpick. Okay, let me take this off my finger. There go me. I'm gonna get a little bit of the glue on here. I'm just gonna grab one of these and try to lay it kind of down the middle. Fold it and pull that glue off of there like that. And then see if we can stick a little white one in there. And now I'm gonna figure out which end looks the best. And I'm gonna trim a little, okay. I'm gonna trim this so that it's kind of flat at the bottom. Like that. That way I know which end is which. It'd be good if I could get this to dry like so, but I can put I'm gonna put a little bit right here in the corner, like that, and squeeze it closed. I'm gonna hold it for a second. I think I have some clothespins around here. Thank you. Somewhere. Give me just a second. I know I have a little bucket over there with some clothespins in it. Oops. And these will work too. Make sure I get enough on there. And then I'm just gonna clip it with this little guy. I'm gonna let it dry like that. How about like that? It works. What if I do it like this? I lay it like that. Pull it this on here, on top of it. And then pull the toothpick out. I'm gonna get glue all over me, that's just a guarantee. Oh, I did forget to clip that at the bottom. Let's do it right. Or at least do them all the same, you know? Are they about the same size? Well, kinda. It's fine. It doesn't really matter that much. They're handmade. Things that I make by hand are never perfect. They might be gorgeous, they might be adorable. Perfect? I am not gonna make it to lunch with coffee today. No. I need it to at least be even, right? That's 3. Couldn't even love me before, but nobody likes it. Let me pull this a little bit. Okay, we set those aside to dry. Next thing we need to do is pick out our pom-poms. So I have different sizes. I'm gonna depuff this. Just roll it around, kind of, smush it up. Let me find another big yellow one. Does it look good? Yep. Okay. I think that the fast tack will work pretty good. On the next, I'm doing a set for each color. So on the next one that we do, we're gonna try the fabric tack, and then we'll see which one works better. We're gonna set this. I use this little tray. Wipe that out. The bottom of my shirt. This is very thick glue. I love it. It's very thick. I'm gonna squish it together. No. No? Okay, I'm just gonna have to hold it then. Oh, hey, James the cat boy. Um, these are hair bunnies. They're just little pom pom bunnies made out of felt and pom poms. I bought these ones and I bought like 8 of them, but they're all the same color and I want more colors. So I've been kind of like mentally deconstructing them and figuring out how to make them, and I got the supplies together, and I've been waiting to do this project for a while. But yeah, they're just little hair clips. See? Thank you for the question. I hope you're enjoying. I'm squish it together. I don't know if this glue is gonna hold, but if it doesn't, we have so many other glues to try. Okay, the next step for this is the hair clip. Thank you. I love them. They are quite adorable. The other one was kind of bent. I have these things in bulk. Okay, for yellow bunny, we're going to use white. This is 1/4 inch wide white cross grain ribbon. I just realized that my wood burner is outside, which is what I usually use to cut my ribbon. I'll try to do it like this. If not, I'll have to go and get my wood burner. Okie dokie, okie dokie. I'm gonna try to use some of these little gemstones as eyeballs, because I don't have the little beady black eyeballs that these ones have. But if they don't look great, I will just buy some. Alright, so I need about that. So that's about how long we need it. And cut 2 pieces of it. And I'm gonna do this the way I'm not supposed to, that everybody fusses at me for. There's a lot of ways you can do this. This is a simple way. Later. You want to hold it kind of far away and just kind of kiss it with the fire. Don't actually stick it into the flame. You just want to kiss it so that it melts a little bit. Cross grain ribbon is great for this. Other ribbons like satin and silk might not work so much. There's a lot of I guess polyester content, or I don't know, something plastic. And well, that doesn't look great, but who cares? The whole point is to seal it so that it doesn't fray. It's a pet peeve of mine when ribbons fray. Oh yeah. Look, I'm forgetting what I'm doing here. You really don't want it to catch fire. This is why people fuss at me for doing this. So usually I just use a wood burner. I have this tray that I made that I'll grab that already has ribbons mounted on it with the different sizes so that I can just lay my ribbon down on it, and then I take a hot wood burner and use that to cut the ribbon. It's excellent. This is the not so much great way. So now what I'm going to do is I start right here at the back and just cover that little part of it. And I'm not sure, this glue isn't going to work for this. I didn't think about that. I think I brought my hot glue gun inside. I'm not sure. Okay. Well, so I thought that came inside with me. Yep, it did. Woo! I found it. This is not my favorite one. My favorite one is a Ryobi. It's actually a hot glue tool, but it will put out a far bigger amount of hot glue than we want for this project. How did I do this? It's very tangled up. Okay. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. This is a very strange hot glue gun. It's made for details. The glue cools really fast once it comes out though. It doesn't like get super hot. Okay, let me find an outlet here. Do I have one available? That's looking like a big fat no. I'll be right back. I'm just going around the table. Oops. Oh my gosh. Can I bring this over here close enough? Maybe. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light. Woof. Okay. So when this thing starts to turn from blue to red, it's ready. I may have to move that in a minute because I'm not sure this is going to work out for me. I had to plug it in on the right side of my desk, and I'm left-handed, but we'll try to make it work. This thing, you have to pull this all the way back and then push this, and the glue goes through, but then like after a few seconds you have to pull this back again. It's a strange hot glue gun, but it's what I have available for the moment. All right, so we have to sit here and wait for that. Oh, that holds pretty good for right now. It may come out better to actually use hot glue to stick them together. We'll see. And I want to let these dry a little bit more. I think they'll get more fluffy as they expand. Right now, there's kind of like they look a little bit boxy. I have also some, what are they called? Squiggly eyes? I brought those in here too. Where'd they go? I think these might be too big. Yeah. They're gonna be too big. So we'll just try to use the gemstones. Okay, here we go. And that has now turned red. I don't know if you could tell. You didn't see anything. See? Alright. That little blob already cooled. And it just comes right off. Okay. And it pulls out like this. Looks a little crazy. That's a little bit too long, but it'll be fine. One thing you don't want to do, you don't want to put the ribbon on the bottom of the clip because it will make it difficult to slide that clip into your hair. I'm just going to glue that down a little bit more. If I can get it in there. I don't really like this hot glue gun. Did I mention that? Okay. And that is one. And just so you know, this is a glass surface underneath me here. It's not plexiglass or anything like that. It's actual glass. It's actually a cutting board. And the reason I put the ribbon on there, it just makes it look a little bit better, but also it gives the actual pom-pom balls something to stick to. A little bit more to stick to than just the ribbon. Okay. Now we have our clips ready. I'm going to use the hot glue to stick the bunnies to the hair clip. I'm going to go all the way across. I hate hot glue strings. Not as much as I don't hate hot glue strings as much as I hate staticky things sticking to me. That really bugs me. It bugs me in a weirded out kind of way. Okay. I might have should have stuck the bunny tail on here first. But I have the hot glue going, so kind of making it flat right there. Make sure I'm putting the butt side at the right end. I want them to match. Okay, this is where we're at right now. Okay, let's see. We can use maybe, I don't know, the orange ones? Yeah, that'll be cute. These have like an adhesive on them already because they're stickers, but it'll be fine. I think. Let go of me. Not if I can't get it to let go of me, it won't. So a little dab of the hot glue, and then I'm just gonna grab it off of there. You shouldn't do that with your bare hands, but do as I say, not as I do. That looks a little weird, I'm just saying. I don't know if I like it. I definitely don't like the big blob of hot glue sticking off of it. This is one of those cases where the sticky cat, the Aleene's Fast Grab might be better. I don't like that, guys. No, it won't come off now. Alright. Let's not tear it up. It's fine. We got this. It's just a pom-pom. I don't like the way that looked. And I don't like the bobble eyes either. So I will tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig through my nail art supplies during lunch. We'll do eyes after lunch, okay? The other thing I don't like about this hot glue gun is that I cannot turn it off until I unplug it. Now that I think about it, this is not going to work out for me, is it? Alright. I mean, hot glue makes things a lot easier sometimes, but it can be a pain. Alright, so now I'm going to separate this a little bit. They dried really good. They all did. It didn't take very long either. Where's the other one? There it is. That one's a little too bendied. Okay. So let's see which ones match each other the best. I think those two match the best. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually stick them together first. I'm going to put some glue right about there. There. Okay, let's see. And then I guess I'll just stick some hot glue here and here, or maybe here and here. And we're gonna go, let me look. Okay, so I'm gonna put it like in between the two little, I don't know if that worked. Ah! Like, I don't prepare what I'm doing before I do it on live. Does that look like a bunny ear? Does it look like a bunny ear to me? Maybe, let's see how much it matches. What do you think? It looks a little weird. I'm gonna push these ears back a little bit, maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe I need to make them much bigger. I don't know. The pom poms are bigger, so. I mean, nobody's gonna be looking at them that much, right? Let's put a tail on her. There's some tiny pom poms in here with sparkly things on them. Like this one. Let's see if we can find two that match. Don't laugh, this is how I do things. There we go. We got this white one with some gold. What about these two? We also have these little ones with like orange spikies. I think I like these ones the best. Put it on, let's see, where do I put it? Like right here on the butt. If I go look online, I can probably either get my husband to order me some of the little black beady eyes, or I can buy some off Amazon and have them here in 2 days. But I would be willing to bet I have some little gemstones in my nail art stuff that will work out just fine. How is that? What do we think? Okay, he doesn't have any eyes, but you want to try him out? It is yellow day. Okay, so I should have made sure that was open a little bit longer before the hot glue dried. Cooled, I mean. There we go. I mean, do they even need eyeballs? I can't see myself in that thing. So I don't know if that looks good or bad or what. Does it matter? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. This hot glue gun also doesn't stand up for itself. I mean, by itself. Yeah, my hot glue gun doesn't stand up for itself, yo. There we go. Yeah, I told you this is weird. Yeah, I should have put some top coat on my nails before I did this. It might mess them up quite a bit. If that's okay. The cool thing about nail art, you can always do more. I don't know why I did that. Oops. Yeah, I broke that toothpick. Oh. Look, they're gonna look a little messy. They'll get better as I do them. Okay. I mean, this bunny tail is a little off center. Who said art had to be like perfect? I used to think that it did. Alright. We don't have eyes yet, but I'm sticking this in my hair. Because I'm kind of loving it the more I look at it. Hair buddies. Like, all hot glue guns kind of leak a little bit. This one is a nightmare. What is it? I don't even remember. It's actually called a glue pen. It's from Westcott, I think. It's not great. Especially since I have to get up to unplug it. Okay. Okay. We're gonna cut out some more ears in different colors. We've made 2, so now we kind of have an idea of what we're going for. I gotta get this off my desk. This is driving me crazy. I'm knocking stuff over all over the place on the side of my desk. I'm back. Okay, we're gonna try the Fabri-Tac this time. It's a little bit thick too, and this one I know I need to bang it down. Kind of getting the air out from the top of the bottle to the bottom of the bottle, and I'm just gonna like prop it up over here. Actually, I'm gonna do it in that. There we go. My middle child got me this cup. So cute. Love it. But I've tried to drink out of it or like eat ice cream out of it. It doesn't work very well. So I keep it at my desk. Let me get this all yuck. My OCD is tripping me up today. Alright, go over there. I need my tiny trash can. I have no idea where it went. I made it. I made a tiny trash can. Alright. I'm gonna shove these Pom Poms back in the bag. Kind of. A little bit. We're gonna work on ears for a little bit. Because, well, we have quite a few to make. And then, we can go get the other things that I actually need during lunch. And maybe that will help streamline this process a bit, but it might not. Well, I could be all day sitting here picking these things up. I made a big mess here. I'm trying to get the little binder clips and things to hold the ears together over here. All right. Do we see how I got yellow fluff on this? At least it didn't get stuck. I wonder if I should change the title of this video since the cat boy, James the cat boy, didn't know what hair bunnies are. Maybe other people don't either. That's just what I called them. I make up my own stuff. I need to get this off my desk. Hang on. Alright. I usually have like a scraper or something by my desk. That's really gonna aggravate me. Whatever. I need a razor blade to scrape it. What color? Let's do orange. I want to make sure I have the pom-poms for each one before I cut out the ears. Okay, let me roll these. You gotta kind of like roll your pom-pom balls when you first get them around like this. It squishes them a little bit and helps to properly shape them, because when they come in a bag or a bucket, they're all squashed together. It's also fun when they jump out of your hands. Maybe it's not that fun. If they fall off my desk, I have to chase them down before my dog gets them. Okay, let me see if I can fold this and make it a little bit easier to cut them. Them's too small. They're too small. Oh, let's see. I'm not good at sizing things by eyeballing them, I guess. Where's my template? There we go. That's much better. I'm curious. The people over in Texas are like leaving the state and breaking quorum. I don't know what breaking quorum means. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm just a curious person. I like to know what things mean, especially words. Alright, and now some white ones. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut 4 pieces out of each color of felt that I have up here, and then we'll cut out the white ones. I'm just kind of like trying to break it down into parts here, or I could get really confused and it becomes harder for me to streamline everything. Get them pink. This is a pretty good sized little template, I think. It's working well. I'm trying to cut a little bit on the outside of it. That makes each little piece a tiny bit bigger. If I need to trim it down later, that's easy, right? It's kind of hard to make it bigger though. I'm not gonna do every single bunny the same exact color. Like, I might have some white ones with pink ears and stuff like that. But for right now, I'm just doing the basic main colors. Right, pinks. been so good this year. So one of the main reasons I'm doing this, aside from the fact that the bunnies are freaking adorable, is that I'm obviously kind of obsessed with bunnies. And I like to wear my bunny ears or my princess crowns when I'm doing my art during the day. Kind of puts me in the mode, you know? But sometimes I have a headache. Sometimes I have a really bad headache. And when I have a headache, I kind of tend to gravitate more towards clips. Instead of like something that's pressing on the side of my head. So I had bought these bunnies. Well, I thought they came in multiple colors. That's why I bought 8 of them. if I had realized they were only in pink, if I had paid attention to what I was doing, I would have only bought one set. But I didn't realize that. And when they got here, I was a little disappointed, but I was like, cool, I have a bunch of pink ones. And then I realized, I wear a different color every day of the week. And I already have trouble matching up some of my bunny ears headbands to the day. Because, I don't really have an orange pair of bunny ears. And I have one set of yellow ones, but they are kind of dying. They're giving up the ghost. The bunny ghost, I guess. Do I have enough on this red piece for one more? I hope so. Yep. Anyway, I wanted bunny hair clips in all the colors. Obviously. So, this is what we're doing. I was like, I'm not going on the internet and searching for bunny clips that I can buy in every different color. I'll just make them. That's how we got here. If you enjoy my videos, that's awesome. You don't have to do anything but enjoy them. If you want to, you can hit that like button, or you can hit the dislike button. Nobody ever says that. I don't mind if you hit the dislike button. If you don't like it, dislike it. That'll tell me you don't like it, right? You can subscribe if you want. And you can hit the alert notification if you want. It doesn't really make that big of a difference to me if you do or not, I guess, because I'm not trying to make money on this ever. This is a passion project, and I don't want to make an income from it. Things get so complicated when you try to turn your hobbies into a business. I've done that before. Try to turn my passion into a business or a side hustle, and for one, I'm no longer consistent enough of a person. I've never been a real consistent person, but now I'm definitely inconsistent. I'm surprised that I've managed to live stream as many days in a row as I have, and been somewhat consistent with it. But I mean, I'm not turning this into a money making thing ever. I don't care about AdSense. I don't care about the YouTube partnership program. None of that. I'm just here doing what I do every day anyway, but I'm offering it up to the public here on my YouTube lives in case anybody wants to come chat with me, and that's pretty much it. It's definitely not a tutorial channel, anything like that. I'm just showing you guys what I do on the daily when it comes to my art. So if you don't want to subscribe or hit that like button or anything like that, okay. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. It won't crush my little heart. I'll be okay. I wish I had some lighter green. I think I do actually. Somewhere. Probably in my outdoor studio. Whenever you like stick felt to felt, it kind of sticks to each other, right? So, like, it sort of sticks to each other. So if I put it on here and just get it kind of flat and then hold them together, it actually is pretty easy to trim around this. I could do this with um, an X-Acto knife or a rotary blade, but I find that felt, it does this thing. Okay, so let me see if I can show you. So felt kind of does like this sometimes, and when you're cutting it with a blade, uh, it can like pull away from it and not cut all the way through, and I find that annoying. So for the most part, I use scissors, and I love these scissors. They're spring loaded, so um, it's like low effort, and they're small and they're straight, which makes it easy. Plus, the thing I love the most about them is there is no loop where your fingers go in. I have arthritis, and um, I find scissors quite difficult sometimes, especially scissors that are made for being right handed. Because, like, I'm not right handed. Lots of scissors are made that are standard. They call them standard, but what they really mean is they're made for right people, right handed people. And I'm not judging, I'm just saying it makes it difficult. So I really love these scissors because they're not made for either hand, and I don't get my fingers stuck or knocked inside of a handle. I'm so happy. Look, I have yellow bunnies. I do have some different colors outside. When I go to lunch, I might grab some of those colors to mix it up a little bit. Because all I grabbed for this was, plain Jane colors, just the basics. But am I going to want to make more than just basic colors? If you don't know by now, the answer is yes. And we will come back and straighten these along the edges as we get to them, I guess. That's 3. I've been considering doing like a little story time during the art sessions where I just like talk about something that happened before in my life. Funny things, sad things. Let me know, you guys, if you would be interested in that, or if you'd rather just sit here and watch me do the art and ramble with no kind of direction. I can do that really well. I didn't realize I had put so much Creed music on this playlist. But man, I like it. I just need to move the Creed songs and disperse them amongst the rest of the playlist. They're all kind of together. So some of these colors I'm probably going to come back and cut more out of, like the tan and the gray and the brown and the black for sure, because we'll be doing bunnies with different colors too. Probably some white ones too. But I gotta cut out all the white pieces for the inside part of the ears too. I have no idea how long this little project is gonna take. None. It could take me like just today, or we could be doing this for the next freaking week. It just depends on what goes on. And also, like, how obsessed I get with making many, many different pairs of bunnies. Because I can go a little extra with this stuff. I gotta message my husband and see if he'll let me buy a different hot glue gun. I tell him, "Daddy, I need a new small hot glue gun, kinda now. Can I order one from the Walmart, please?" He'll say yes. He always does, unless we really don't have the money. Of course, I have my own allowance, but my direct deposit doesn't go into the account that's attached to the Walmart account. Plus, I always ask him first. Well, mostly. I often ask him first because sometimes. When I go to lunch, I'm gonna grab my scraper that I use for the stove. I have a glass top stove, and clean this off because it's gonna drive me crazy. Let me go real quick to the Walmart app. He said add it to the app cart and then he'll order it. So I might have it here by afternoon stream. I don't need a fancy one. What I do need is one that like has an on-off switch. But does this detail tip come off? It looks good. Is that an on-off switch though? I'm trying to see if it has one. Let me get to the details. Yep, this one has an on-off switch. We'll go with that. See, that was fast. No, I didn't check if it has like fast shipping or whatever. Shipping arrives today. Okay. Okay. We're good. So if I was making this into a video and uploading the video instead of doing this live, I would probably like either speed all this up or just cut it out. But I do the tedious things on live because it's what I'm doing for the day. Pippa. Blue. Can you tell that I'm being sarcastic? Oh no. You see, I'm chipping the end of my fingernail. I'm hard on my nails. That's 3 more. I love this song. I did this song as a little like talent show with my siblings when I was little. Under my surprise, with the doors, big stars, Alright, now we're gonna make so many little white ones. Cause I've got more of everything. Oh, Mr. Earthman, will you marry me? Okay. I think that's a little bit better of a shape. Let's see. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. I can really rock and swing, cause I've got more of everything. The better to kiss you, the better to kiss you, the better to see. No, it stuck to me. My fingers are not cooperating with me. Okay, so to get the hot glue gun, it'll probably be an hour or two before it gets here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna gather all the stuff that I talked about. Oh, I need this. Oh, I need that during this morning session, and I'm gonna try to wait until the hot glue gun gets here before I come back on the stream. If it takes too long, then I'll just come back, and whenever it gets here, I'll have to go get the door and probably put away some cold food that my husband's probably going to order along with the hot glue gun. But I will be back this afternoon. To be exact. I'm jamming to my music, which is right there. And that's true. And it's kissing you. Snow. Sometime this week, maybe today after I finish today's streams, I'm going to mount up that big diamond painting I have behind me. I feel a little intimidated by it because it's massive, and it'll be the largest one I've ever done. But I'm gonna mount that up. I'll probably do the kit up on live stream. I probably won't show you mounting it on live stream. If I can figure out a way to record it, let me know if you'd be interested in that, because I can record it and then upload that, because I do have a very specific way that I mount my diamond paintings to work on. A lot of people will just work on them like rolled up as if it was cross stitch. I mean, that's where the whole system comes from, is cross stitch. But I'm really particular. I'm really particular about these things, okay? And I've kind of developed like a little system of my own for it that really makes it less intimidating and keeps everything nice and neat and flat for me. And so I'll probably do the kit up, and then we'll start working on that here and there in stream. And then, should I be calling this a show? Probably not. I also, what was I gonna say? Oh, I have a piece of jewelry that I need to work on, and I'll probably do that on live stream. And what else? Oh, I have a basket of clothes that I want to alter. So sometimes it's a matter of cutting them and stretching them, or just reshaping them, and then other times it's more like adding stuff to them. And it's not anything specific this time. It's just like a bunch of different pieces of clothes that I want to work on. And so I'm going to be doing different things to them. So let me know if you're interested in seeing that. I have some snaps that I'm going to be installing on some things. I have some rivet studs that I'm going to be installing on some things. I have some things I'm going to be cutting up. Just different stuff. And I'd be perfectly happy to share those. And I have so many things to color. I also have some frames, like big photo frames that I've been working on. One of them I've been sanding it down because I want to engrave it. I want to add some like scroll work around the frame itself. And that one's for a present for my husband. So I want to do that, and then I want to paint it. And then I just have a bunch of different projects. Like I have these big cardboard tubes that I got out of the roll of vinyl that we installed in my studio, the vinyl flooring. So I pulled those rolls out, and they're like this big around. So I got some polyfill flat quilting batting stuff, and some pretty rainbow colors of felt, which I can show you after lunch because that's what I'm going to go get, and I'm going to cut just some little pieces off of that felt. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the quilting stuffing stuff around the tube, and then I'm going to cover that with felt, and then that should make it perfectly wide enough for me to put my bunny ears on it. I want to hang it on the wall and use it to hold my bunny ears headbands. Yes, it's a little bit of a ridiculous project, but look, when you have as many bunny ears as I do, you need a place to hang your bunny ears. I've tried lots of different things that didn't work out. Oops. I don't know how many of these I've cut, but I'm just going to keep going with this piece because I know I'm going to need a lot of the white ones. I was talking to my husband last night, and I was like, I'm not sure why this is the case, but I actually feel a little bit more tired and worn out than usual after I do a stream, as far as like the difference between just sitting here doing my art and recording versus streaming. And he said, well, that makes sense. And I'm like, how? I'm not doing anything different except before I sit down and start doing the art, I hit the stream button. It was like, you're talking a lot. And, I was like, I don't feel like I'm talking any more on the live stream than I do to myself normally. He was like, look, it's exhausting. It just is. You need to accept that. It's gonna make you more tired. He was like, I mean, technically you're being social. And I was like, no, I'm not. But I guess he's right. He usually is right. I'm just saying, don't tell him I said that. But he's usually right, especially when it comes to something going on with me. He's actually better at noticing when I'm having struggles than I am. I think I got that one too small. Oh well. If this is boring, I'm sorry. But if you're really bored, you could like say so in the live chat and maybe strike up a conversation with me, and then you won't be so bored. Honestly, I'm just here to share my art and ramble about things and maybe make friends, maybe build a community. I don't know where this is going. Hmm. I just realized why my lighting is off. The power went out yesterday. Is that better? Yeah, it's a little better, isn't it? It was on warm. No coffee. It's okay. We got what, like 4 minutes till lunch? Said I'm the one who's in it for all the fires you started. You know the house was burned down. I had to get out. You made sense. Oops. That stuck to my skin. My hands are breaking out a little bit right now. I'm gonna have to do cuticle maintenance soon. Maybe tonight I'll work on it while I'm sitting in bed. I do a lot of my art stuff in bed. I try to do most of it at my desk, but there's days where I just can't get here. And I do have a setup that makes it very possible for me to be somewhat ergonomic and do art in my bed. I've even made food from my bed before, like I think I made cookies in the bed once. Like, I had my kids helping me, so we mixed up the cookies or whatever, and put them on the pan, and then they took them to the kitchen and cooked them. I think that one might be too small too. Oh well. Oops. Is it already August? What? It is August. I missed that. It's been August for, a whole 6 days. That time blindness gets me all the time. Crucify ourselves every day. I think I would have made a good DJ, like a little radio DJ back in the day. I can't do that here on YouTube, that's for sure. Is there any streaming service where I actually could do that? Just like choose music and play it? We're almost done with this piece. When we're done with the white, I'm gonna go and do my little chores and have my little lunch time, and then we'll be back, hopefully, with a new hot glue gun. That hopefully doesn't make me feel like I want to throw it across the room. Now, for those of you who've like hung around here for the last few weeks and you were like, oh my goodness, all she ever does is color. I told you guys, I do a lot of different kinds of art. A lot. Sometimes they're even projects that like, I want to do this project for this thing. I'm never going to do it twice. But, you know, I just, I want to do it for a specific purpose, and I'll learn how to do a whole thing and then never do it again. That happened with drywall. Our front bathroom, I kind of ripped out the wall in a moment of panic one day. My husband came home and the wall from like, I was sitting down, so from like my eye level all the way down behind the toilet was just gone. Because you see, what had happened was I found some mold on the wall. I pulled on the baseboard to look underneath that and realized that the mold was actually in the wall. And next thing I knew, I had ripped out the wall. My husband came home from work and he walked to our bedroom and he was like, where are you? Where are you? So he comes and he finds me sitting on the bathroom floor, covered in drywall and insulation, and I had a hammer in one hand, and he looked at me, and I just looked up at him from the floor, and I was like, there was mold in the wall. Sorry. He shook his head and walked away. Now, it took me probably 2 years to finish in that bathroom. But I did not know how to do walls when I ripped that wall out. And I was like, I can fix it. And he was like, how? I said, Google and YouTube. Well, that took a long time to learn. But eventually, I did fix that drywall. You can't even tell it was ever ripped out. I do have video of that. Some of it is quite humorous. So, sometimes I do a project and I never do it again. I learned through that project, I hate doing drywall. I am never doing it again. In fact, we got a leak behind our air conditioner a little while after that, and my husband had pulled out some of the wall to look and see where it was leaking from. I walked in there and I looked at the hole and I looked at him and I said, I didn't break it. I'm not doing that. I'm not fixing that. You're on your own with that one. Okay, we have a bunch of white ears now. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna clean all this up. We're gonna come back after lunch and make some bunnies, okay? I've had a great time doing this morning and chit-chatting with you guys. Thanks for stopping by. If you're watching this video later, thanks for watching. Leave your comments and your questions and your musings and your thoughts down in the comments down below. I do read them all. I don't get that many, so it's easy to say. I read them all and respond. And yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah. This is Periwinkle Palace Arts, my little place on the internet. I'm Princess Bun Bun, here with all my bun buns. And we did some art today. I'll see you after lunch.